So here are the top YouTube lessons so far I've learned in 2024. It is currently July now, and it's been interesting. For those who don't know, I have a portfolio of YouTube channels I'm growing, and also a portfolio of channels of other YouTubers that I help out grow their channels. And I've learned a good amount in the past 6 months. This is going to be a purely unedited video because that's all I have time for of all the things I've learned so far in 2024 when it comes to YouTube. And you know what's interesting? It's the same thing from year after year. It's the foundations over and over again. Now, what are the foundations? Number one, it's all about the audience. It's all about the viewer. The more channels I grow and the more YouTubers and clients I help, the more the channel is focused on the audience and what the audience wants, the faster the channel grows. The more resistance to that foundation, that it's about the audience, the slower a channel grows. That is the truth. I don't see any YouTube algorithm update in the next 5-10 years that would probably change that. Because it's always about the audience. It's always about the viewer. Next year, when I make the same video, I'll probably be saying the same thing. Now, what does it mean? What do I mean when I say it's all about the audience? I was just watching a Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode, and there's this scene where they're trying to control the communication and how do I say this? Yeah, the communication of it's like it's a show about police precinct basically, and this is totally off tangent of what this video's about, but I just remembered like when the character's like pouring water and just like not speaking. You can control the audience's attention. That was total side note. Sorry, okay, probably the retention of this video is gonna be horrible. Whatever. I just wanted to make a video about the things I've been learning over and over again. So going back, I'm gonna stay on topic. I promise. So, what do I mean by focusing on the audience? What I mean is every part of the process is with the audience in mind. First, most important part of the process. This won't change, right? These are foundational tips that won't change. I'm sure I'll probably be saying the same thing next year. The video idea. The video idea is number one. I'm sure you've heard Mr. B say it. I'm sure you've heard other YouTube educators say it. The video idea is number one. Now, how do you choose the video idea? The video idea is based on the audience. And there are strategies to widen up your audience. So the way you package your idea, right, can open up your total addressable market, right? That's a fancy word for saying the way you package your idea can open up how many possible viewers your video can have. So let's say, for example, if you're making a Minecraft video, all right, you ask yourself, how can I create a video that not only serves my audience of Minecraft lovers, that's a weird term, lovers, Minecraft, people who like Minecraft, but also, how do I package it in a way that people who don't even care about Minecraft, how can I also package it in a way to serve that audience? Because that's where you really increase your total addressable market. It's a big fancy term, but whatever. It's a way to, how do I get more of the world to watch this video? And so you could package things in a way as a challenge, right? Or packaging things in a way um, to involve different types of people. So you'll see an evolution. We'll go back to Mr. Beast. You'll see the video ideas. Like you could see like the gears reeling for all the video ideas from the past couple years. Like you could see how can the video ideas him and his team chooses, how can they get more people involved, more people interested. So he has videos like ages 1 to 100. like like it's wide ideas, right? So going back to Minecraft, like you could go for a very small niche amount of people and say this is a tutorial on how to do this thing in Minecraft. That's only for the people who are interested in Minecraft. But if you're trying to get more eyeballs on your video, increase your views, you have to choose video ideas that are for a wider audience. So for example, I keep on thinking about Mr. Beast again. So Mr. Beast Gaming, he'll do a Minecraft video. He'll give away uh, 10 grand or 100 grand to like this competition on Minecraft. You see, you can use things that are for a wider audience and attach it to your video idea. One thing that we all have in common is money. There is a there is a desire for money, right? So he attaches money to things. You can do the same thing for your videos. Another way is some kind of challenge where there's a competition or a race against the clock. A viewer, the wide audience base could be interested in a video just because they want to see if this person makes it. So like if we stick to Minecraft, we'd be like beating this whatever in 5 hours or whatever it may be. I'm just giving hypotheticals. So it's always about the audience. So choose the right video ideas. I should have prepped this video a little more, but this is what I have time for today. But so video ideas, like choosing the right video ideas for your audience, and how do I package this video idea for a wide enough audience? The next part of the process, perhaps in your process, this is not linear, right? You can work on all these things in individual pieces. Some people uh, do this in this order. This is the order I actually produce videos and for my channels, and I usually, the way I think and framework when I help out other channels. So it's a video idea. Number one, video idea. You can do all this work for a bad video idea, and it's not going to do well. You could have. That's why the video idea matters so much, and it's important to pause and give yourself time to think about the best video ideas, because imagine spending 1 hour on a video idea and then spending 50 hours filming, writing, editing, like all the labor involved in creating a video, but the video idea itself is not that strong, or it could have been developed and become better. How do I make the best? How do we choose the best video ideas, right? So video idea, next part, now that you have the video idea, how do we create a thumbnail, a title to really, once again, attract the audience we have for our channel, for a specific channel, but also create a title and thumbnail that works for the wide audience, right? So you're not trying to be so niche with your title and thumbnail that it could only attract people in your audience space. Like it should be recognizable to your audience, but also wide enough that people who don't know who you are, that don't even like the topic that you're doing, could be interested, right? And so that's where the development, that's where the brainstorming and the workshopping comes into play. All right, so you have the video idea for your audience, right? The best video idea possible. Then you have the best title and thumbnail for your audience. Once again, so it's for your audience and for a wide audience. How do we execute on both and be open to both? right? So it's video idea, title, thumbnail. Now what's next? I suggest writing the the script. Of course, a script is different for every channel, you know. Sometimes you might just need like a rough outline. But once again, how do I write a script? Actually, before the script, the next thing after the video idea, title, thumbnail is the hook, the intro hook, the first 1 second, 5 second, 30 seconds, 1 minute. How do we make that so enticing, right? That viewers of the audience and for a wide audience will watch till the end. All right. So I think that's, in my opinion, that's the order and priority, right? Video idea, title, thumbnail, first 1 minute of the video, right? First 1 second, 5 second, 10 second, make every second count. Because here's the thing, if someone's watching a YouTube video and they're still deciding, I know you've done this before, you're on your YouTube mobile app and you're just hovering, and this is the same thing for television. If someone is watching on television, they'll hover around the thumbnail, see a couple of visual clips, and then decide if they're going to click on it or not. So you gotta make just the visual hooks, the teasers of the video so strong. And of course, the way you package it is based on your channel, on your audience, all the topic of your channel, all these things. But just make every visual and verbal part of the first minute as solid as you can, right? Maybe your video idea is great, your title, thumbnail is great, but you just need to really tighten up that first minute, right? Because trust me, if your viewers watch the first minute, you'll see like a flatter retention curve on your video. But if they leave in the first 5 seconds, it really doesn't matter how good the rest of the video is. They left, right? So make it as good as possible. It's kind of like, I've been working on my metaphors, but let's say you're eating a steak, right? I love steak. The title and the thumbnail is kind of like, and the video, okay, the video idea is steak, right? The steak is the video idea. The title thumbnail is like, how does your steak look, right? If your title and thumbnail is not strong, you're like, I don't want that steak. I'll get steak from somewhere else. I'll eat, because there's so many options, right? Just like there's multiple steak restaurants, right? There's multiple videos on YouTube, same thing. So then, okay, you chose the steak. Now, like that video intro, that first minute, that first 30 seconds is like when you're taking that first bite, right? You slice through that steak, then you look inside and you're like, oh, gross. So stupid. Oh my gosh, it's raw. I don't know if there's, you can, it doesn't look right, right? It's frozen. The steak's not even cooked right. And so you put the steak away, just like people bounce out of videos super early. So that's the importance of those hooks and the intro, that first minute. Okay? So really package that first minute as best as you can for your audience and for a wide audience. Imagine if some person who's never seen you before, they happen to be suggested your video, and then they're looking at it and they're seeing like the visual frames of the first 30 seconds, and it's like, and they scroll. You only have 3-5 seconds. You have like 1 second sometimes, less than a second, before someone just scrolls and doesn't choose your video. And what happens if enough people see your video and suggest it and just scroll through? Then that video is most likely not going to be suggested by the algorithm as much. So think about that. Create video intros that serve people who know you and people who don't know you, right? Don't depend. You know, I've helped YouTubers and clients, and even in my own channels, I've seen this. Like, no matter how many subscribers and no matter how popular you are, maybe the video and thumbnail will perform better without your face on it. It's really based on the channel. It's based on the niche. So just recognize it's always about the audience and what's best. Like, I know I'm like a broken record, but this is the truth. This is like, it's over. I'll say these things over and over again because no matter because people are still not applying this. People like, and I've had my own journey accepting these truths, right? Like, nah, like, yeah, like I could, you know, I could post whatever, or it's just, these are the truths because it's so consistent. It's like gravity. Unless we go to a different planet, the gravity's different. Okay, going back, we're gonna stay on topic. Squirrel. Okay, all right. So you got the video idea. I'm not editing this video. So video idea, and then you have title, thumbnail, and then you have intro hook, visual and verbal. That first minute, make it super count, right? And then you could work on the writing. I know they're all connected, but like work on the writing, the structure. One thing I've learned recently more is to really apply multiple payoffs at the end. Now, what do I mean by multiple payoffs? One example is who's going to win this competition, right? If you ever watch the Masked Singer, the reality show with the celebrities and they're singing, there's an unveiling, right? There's a mystery there. Who's this person, right? So mystery. You can do mystery punishments, mystery prizes, mystery judges. Like, what can we surprise the audience with at the end? And then, if possible, and it's always possible, if you develop it enough, you could find ways to like elevate it even more. What can we put at the end that over delivers on the audience? It's like the winner does not only get 10,000. I'm just saying a random example. The winner does not only get 10,000, they get 100,000, and so does every member of their family. I'm just saying a random example. Like, how do we over deliver at the end? Because if you over deliver, what happens when the next time you post a video? That viewer who watched your video last, right? This is some of the hidden metrics in click-through rate. Click-through rate is basically the rate of amount of people click on videos. It's hard to track it, right? Like, if someone, like audience satisfaction, if they're satisfied with your last video, most likely they'll have a higher chance to click on your next video the next time you post a video, whether that's a week from now, 2 weeks from now, whatever it may be, tomorrow, right? So it's about the viewer and satisfying them. It's really about them. I know there's this concept that, the audience and viewers are there for the creators. No, it's the opposite. How do I know this? What happens when a creator doesn't provide the value or the videos that the audience expects? Their video views go down. So, but then people are, oh no, they're there for me. No, people are never there for other people. Like, you go on the YouTube, like everything everyone does has some kind of self-serving intention behind it, right? And it's not a bad thing. It's just human psychology. When you go on the YouTube app as a viewer, you're not there like, oh, I want to support this YouTuber. No, you're like, I watch this YouTuber because this YouTube channel creates content that I like. It's not about what the creator likes. This person's creating content that I like. If this creator stops doing this thing that I enjoy, I will stop watching. There's no loyalty, right? You get the most extreme situation. I can think of the most extreme situation is like Emma Chamberlain. I thought this too, like, wow, she could really post any video. She could like make coffee for 30 minutes and people will watch her. Like, they're there for her. I will say that, okay, yes, they're there for her, but they're also there for what she provides, right? I'm sure if she started making content that was very upsetting to people, right? She's very so chill, laid back. Follow her, go to Starbucks or whatever she does in a video, people watch, right? But if she does something that upsets and is like politically divisive, I'm pretty sure she could get canceled super easily, right? The whole concept of being canceled to begin with is the fact that if you do something that is against my beliefs or my what I feel like is acceptable, there's people who will cancel you, right? So that means people aren't loyal to you as a person, or they're very judgmental, which is sad. Like I'm actually really against cancel culture because I really believe that most people who we're all flawed and we're all human and we all make mistakes. The only difference is some people have a higher pedestal and they have more spotlight on them. So when they make a mistake, like when Justin Bieber makes a mistake or whoever, they're just we expect them to be at a certain character and behavior, and when they don't match our expectation, then people cancel them. But they're honestly like celebrities are no different than us. They're just human beings that have consistently put themselves out there and advertise themselves, whether it's through entertainment or whatever. We're all equals, and I believe that. And I think that's what's really helped me in my career is I could sit down next to someone who is really, really well known, and whether in YouTube or in sports or whatever, they could be actually. I've met celebrities, I've had dinner with celebrities, and we're all equal. Like, and I've just recognized this is totally tangent off YouTube, but stop canceling people. Like practice forgiveness. That's my main point. All right, because anyone, I would love the people who try to lead these cancel movements. Like, I would love to see all the skeletons in their closet. Let's put them up in the spotlight, and I bet you anything they would get canceled themselves. Right? A lot of people like project. Anyway, side note. Let's get back on track. So we're going back to YouTube and the audience, right? So payoffs. Going back to payoffs. So how do we create more hooks, right? Another way to think about it is like, when you're going fishing, there's these hooks sometimes, 3-pronged hooks that some fishermen use that you can buy yourself, and the reason why you have multiple hooks is when one hook kind of loses its way from the fish, you have other hooks that are tied into the fish to reel it in. Same thing with viewers. If one hook, right, one payoff in the video is not that strong for them specifically, once again, viewers are selfish, right? We're all selfish when we watch videos. If something's not providing the value, whether it's entertainment or education, we bounce off. Some of y'all probably bounce off from this video already. I'm cool with that. I'm just doing what I'm doing, right? I'm still practicing. I'm learning to practice what I'm preaching as well. Also, I'm just really busy. Okay, this is all the time I have. All right. Probably gonna use AI to edit this video as well. We'll see. So create multiple hooks to reel in the viewer. So when they get tired of a certain hook, they have something else that they're curious about. Whether it's like who wins at the end, something as simple as that. But if you have multiple, then it's even stronger, right? So that's in the writing, and then let's talk about editing, right? How do you improve the editing for the audience? Once again, you have a lot of ways to figure that out, but one of my favorite ways is looking at the audience retention curves, as simple as that is, right? That's basic. That's so basic. Looking at the analytics of the audience retention. I felt like I was Cartman, right? It's basic. It's audience retention curve, and then looking at the moments of the videos where people dip out. What does that mean? You'll see a dip in the retention curve, and you got to look at what you did in that moment before that, and then ask yourself, like, maybe I shouldn't have included this, right? Is there a pattern of when people leave the video? So what happens when you do that is that next time you make a video, you're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't include me eating my toenails. I'm just saying a random example, right? And so yeah, just looking at the audience retention graph so you could edit your videos better, cut out the things that aren't working. Here's an advanced strategy. I don't know if y'all ready for this one. Um, it doesn't work in all cases, but sometimes you can look at your audience retention graph on YouTube Studio and you could actually edit out that part that made people leave. Now, what does that do? What that does is helps the retention graph so the people that would have left, the new people who watch the video now, they're watching. So your retention graph is higher. What does that mean? Your average view duration is higher. What does that mean? It means the length of time people watch your video is higher. What does that mean? When people watch your videos longer, your videos will perform better. Now, what does that mean? Your videos, when they perform better, they will be pushed out by the algorithm more, right? The better your video performs, the more the algorithm will push out your video. The algorithm is not out to get you. I've said this in a past video, but the algorithm's not out to get you. Your video is just, your video gets what it deserves. If it's not good, it will not perform well. The better it performs, the better it will be pushed out. And don't take this personally, unless just recognize, just have a growth mindset about it, right? So maybe your video is great, but maybe it's the title, maybe it's the thumbnail. The worst case scenario, it's the video idea, because there's not much you can do if the whole video idea, if the original video idea is bad, because the whole video itself is packaged around that. That's why it's important, once again, to spend a lot of time choosing the right video ideas. Spend as much time choosing the right video ideas as production itself, because you're wasting time in production if you're producing the wrong things, right? If you think of yourself as a restaurant, right? If the customers want cheeseburgers and you're constantly making liver and onions, no matter how good the liver and onions is, it doesn't matter. It's not what people want. They want the cheeseburger, so make more cheeseburgers. Yes, I stand by that metaphor. So yeah. So video editing. What else? Okay, so that. So let's do a little recap. Spend a lot of time on the video idea, right? And be self-aware, because sometimes you might be thinking about the video idea a lot because you're scared to make a video and scared to see the results. That's a different topic for a different conversation. Just spend a lot of time choosing the best video ideas possible. You know, I've done this myself, actually. I've basically all the video ideas I have, right? I just add it to a list. I have the notes page, a Google Doc page, and I've been adding to this list for forever. I do this for my channels and also for the channels I work with. And then the best I think R.L. Stein, there's a famous writer, I think it's R.L. Stein. You know, he did those Goosebumps books. He said he doesn't write his ideas down, actually, because if idea is really good, it'll just keep on coming back. So everyone's different. For me, I write all my video ideas down, and if I keep on writing the same video idea, that's another way to recognize that this might be a good video idea to do. I actually kind of believe that maybe you should only do video ideas you believe in, right? And what do I mean by believe in? I mean, you believe they're going to do well for your audience and for a wider audience and for yourself. I think you don't settle for video ideas that don't hit all three, because yes, it's all about the audience, but if you're also creating videos based on video ideas you don't really want to do, how good will that really be, right? It's only going to be to a certain point, because you're just not going to care that much. So I think now that I'm talking about it, choose video ideas that you care about and your audience cares about and the wider world can care about. If you hit all three, I think there's a sweet spot there, right? Because that's sustainable. it's not only sustainable for you, for your soul, for your creative soul, but also it's probably going to be very financially like lucrative. Meaning, if you're producing a video that's a video idea for a global audience, right? Going back to Mr. Beast, I'm sure every video idea he has that in mind as well. When you serve the widest audience possible, you will get the most views possible. And when you get the most views possible, you're going to get the highest revenue, AdSense possible. And of course, there's other metrics. So the only exception, I want to clear this up. The only exception to not packaging your videos for the widest audience is if you're very clear that your YouTube channel is not depending, or not depending, your YouTube channel is not 100% focused on AdSense. Now, what channels are those? That's really based on you. I'll give you an example from my personal experience. When I was younger, I had a YouTube channel where I posted wedding videos. Now, why did I post wedding videos? It's because the reason being is I was posting wedding videos to get wedding clients. I did not care about AdSense at that time. I did not care about anything other than I want you to email me and say you want me to film your wedding, right? So do I care about the amount of views? And plus, I did these things called like highlight reels basically for weddings. And at that time, right, still at this point, a lot of wedding videos would include, these songs that the wedding couple chooses, or pop songs, things that are in the radio. And what happens when you put one of those songs in your YouTube videos? You don't get AdSense. It gets copyrighted. So, but I wasn't trying to get AdSense for those videos. I was trying to build my videography business, right? So you got to be very aware of your intentions for your YouTube channel. There's multiple ways to monetize the YouTube channel, and that's a topic for a different video. But for this video itself, just recognize that if you are trying to get more views, just recognize I'm going to do this one more time and I'm going to wrap it up. I think we're done. I hit like 32 minutes on this video. But choose the best video ideas possible. Spend as much time as possible, right? Have a balance. Don't like procrastinate on making a video because you're trying to choose the best video idea possible. But just spend the time necessary to make the best video ideas possible. Choose the best video ideas possible for your audience and for the widest audience possible, your total addressable market, right? Fancy word for the world. How do I increase the amount of views for my video? And number 2, right, is your title and thumbnail packaged in a way to really target your audience, but also hit a wider audience of people who don't even know you, right? So that's 2. And number 3, so it's video idea, video title and thumbnail, and then your first minute, your intro hook. Make every second matter. That first second of your video, make it the best possible. The first 5 seconds of your video, make it the best possible. The first 10, the first 15, 30, all the way up to the first minute. You gotta stop somewhere. So the first minute, make it the best possible. And by hooking your viewers in the first minute, most likely they'll stay till the end, right? So that's the intro hook. And then your writing and your editing, just look at YouTube Studio, the analytics, the retention graph, just constantly make tweaks to every video. And especially if you're making videos on the same series, you have to use the data from past videos to make a better video. So, okay, I'm filming on my phone. So, actually, wait, flex, wait up. So, flex. I have 2 phones. So stupid. So I'm recording on my phone right now, but then this is my backup phone. So for example, the reason I bring it up, I'm not trying to flex actually. So this iPhone, right? What iPhone is this? This is iPhone 13. It's not even the newest one. But how many iPhones were there? There's 13 iterations, probably hundreds and thousands before that. That's not even released to the public. Why do I say that? It's because when you're creating a series on your channel, right? You have so much leverage. You have so much data to make the next video better than the last. Just like the iPhone, right? They got customer feedback, made every single iteration better than the last one. And same thing for your channel. So maybe just because you're not getting views on a series of video for a channel does not mean like you suck as a creator or the video idea sucks itself. Maybe it's just in development and you just gotta keep on tweaking and improving little things here and there, improving the title and thumbnail, improving the intro, and just constantly tweaking. And next thing you know, maybe it's 5 videos down the line. Maybe it's just your next one. Maybe it's 30 or 50. I'm not really sure. It's really based on you and how fast you can improve and tweak things and just develop every little thing. I really think anyone could be a YouTuber. Trust me. I really believe that. I've struggled believing that for myself as well, but trust me, like anyone could be a YouTuber. Anyone can have a successful YouTube channel. Anyone can increase the profit on their YouTube channel. Anyone can increase their subscribers for their YouTube channel. Everything is possible on YouTube. I really believe so. But you have to be willing to change. Nothing changes if you don't change, right? Nothing changes if your videos don't change. And by change, I mean improve. Nothing improves if you don't improve. As a creator, choosing the best video ideas, and these are the foundations, and these are the only if you're trying to, these are the main things to improve. These are literally the only things. This is okay. There's a rule called 80-20, right? Pareto's principle. Like 20% of things cause 80% of the result. So what are the 20% of the things in the process of creation that makes all the 80% of the results? It's these things. And I think video idea is probably one of the top. Okay, I've been talking for 7 minutes on my phone, but I think I'm gonna wrap things up one more time, one last time. Choose the best video ideas. Choose the best video idea titles and thumbnails. Improve that intro, that first minute. Improve the payoffs in your video, the writing. Find ways to hook the viewers till the end. Have multiple payoffs. Use the retention graphs. And just have fun. Just have fun. Because it's important to build a channel that you believe in and that you care about. And the audience will feel that, right? And you will attract this is so new age stuff, but you will attract the audience that you are. Your videos will attract an audience that it is. So if you want to attract a bigger audience, then make bigger videos. Yeah.